Okay, hi, this is Freeman from Tesla Offer. Today we are introducing you the V2 trunk. We won't explain too much about what's improved in V2 trunk, but we will explain it in another video. But today we are going to teach you how to install it. So this is our V2 trunk. We got a little revision of the wire we have, but we will explain it later. But here is the kit, and here is the tool that you will need: a T45 wrench, and a screwdriver 10 millimeters, and a little wrench for the power, flathead screwdriver for the strut removal, a drill for the button install. And this is for some handy tool that we have, and this is the tape that we need to run the wire, and the fishing wire that we need to use. And if you want to install the foot sensor, this is the foot sensor, and we need to have two post-it tab. No, the two post-it tab is for the trunk, but this one is for the foot sensor, but we will explain a little bit more later. So the first step I normally do is to remove this piece. It's very easy to remove. Just try to find your way in and then pull it down, push it down. So after that, you may find that there are some green fasteners remain. You can use a plier like this. It's very useful. Just do it like this, and it can come up very fast. Or you can use any tool that you think is good. And one more here. And you can put it back into the piece here. So we won't remove this four. Oh, but this one is already out here. But if they don't come out, don't bother removing them. Yeah, we'll teach you the trick later. So this four is the white one, and this one is the one that we will insert back. In earlier build, in 2018 cars, you have these two fasteners, but in 2019 or later 2018, Tesla stopped putting them here, and it's fine. So this is the seven fasteners that we put back in. So here it is. So right now it is the time for the strut installation. So there's a slightly difference between the two strut here. You see the one facing you here, if you see this is, that means not here, not this side, and this side it is. It will hide the thing. So this one is the right strut, and the other one is the left strut. Yeah, because you don't see this one, it's hidden from you. Okay, so the trick to remove the strut is this one. Yeah, because if this is the first time you install it, you really need to put this in between here. It is preventing you to hit the glass when you remove the strut. If you hit it, the glass will crack. So this is the trick to how to remove the strut. Use the flathead screwdriver. You see this little hole here? You pry it in, and then the trick is to push the hood a little bit upward, and then it's very easy to remove after that. So now remove the lower joint here too. And normally I would install the strut, the lower end first, but I'll keep the upper end open before I remove that one. It's easier. So now we come to this side. Remember this one? Yeah. Put it here, pry it, and then push the hood a little bit, the trunk a little bit upward, and then remove it. So now I can install the thing here. now I continue to remove this one here. So after that, I won't install this side of the strut this side first, because this gives me a more room to do the fishing. So I'll put the strut later. So then the next step we will do the wire fishing, but before that we need to do this thing. And here, if you want, you can also pull this a little bit out, unplug this. Yeah, it's easier after you pull this out. Okay, so then we will also remove this piece here. So here is a little push pin. I'll show you later, but basically it is like this. So here there is 4 locations that you can pry it out, just like this, and then you can be pulled out. So the same, there's another one here on this side. So here, then you can remove the whole piece, upper piece. And actually at the same time, you can also pull out this one. Just use some force. And then pull this out. Now we do the fishing now. You can put some lubricant. Sometimes I use dish detergent. But some people recommend using kind of the spray wax, spray it inside so it can lubricate the tube a little bit. So it's a lot. You will make your job easier, a lot easier. So now it's here, and then this one. Yes, see the little gray hat? This is the wire that we need to run to the lid area. So previously in our older version, you will also need to run the green wire of the foot sensor kit up to the lid area, but in the future, we don't have it right now. You can plug directly into our control unit for the foot sensor, so you don't need, this is the only wire that you need to run up. So in this tutorial, we will just teach you how to do this one. So I will try to tape them over and then run the wire upward. Now we are running the wire through. So make sure you lubricate well enough so that it's easy to go up. Yeah, now it's up. So make sure you have enough length. So I pull it a little bit more. So around to the middle area. Okay, good enough. So next here, the other end we haven't pushed it yet. So we put it through this hole, and on the other end we exit through here. We forgot, but this is how we do the wiring. Normally when we fish the wire up, we'll fish the wire through this hole into the hole here and then run it through. It's better to start from the bottom. Since we forgot, we need to run the wire from here back to the bottom in the trunk area, but it's the same. But this is how you run the wire. So start from here. Fish the little gray connector from here to outside and run it through here, run it through the lid. So now we can push this back and then push this back, and then for here We'll go through here. Into this the lid area. And let me teach you how to tidy up this one. So you use a flathead screwdriver, push both sides, and this one can come out. And then you can just put the rubber cap back into place. Okay, so that's it. So in the lid area, we'll need this small thing here. So there's two plugs. We plug this in first, and then there's another set of wire there with the big gray connector. We'll use this and connect the other end into here. Okay, so then we use a double-sided tape. We're gonna put it into the lid area, like here. It's a good place to put. Okay, now we will do the this pair connection. So we need to remove this connector. We need to pull this out and then push it, and then pull the connector out. And then we can connect these two together and then lock it back in, and then connect this back into where we remove the connector. So, and now this one, you can remove this one, plug this in, and then plug this back into here. So normally for the foot sensor, you can have two ways to install it. The first way is to run the green wire all the way up and tap into this purple wire, but we don't do this anymore. Instead, we will do the next, use another method that we will show you later. So right now the trunk area, the lid area is mostly done. You can tie the connector together, for tidy up. So let me try to do it. So you can just tidy the things up. And for this one, I can put it here. Okay, so now cut the tie and cut this one. Okay, now it's all set, and this one is for the button. So now we are going to install the button. So this is the lid that we'll put it in here, and normally people will just install the button on the right side. So we'll do the right side here. I normally do it here, but yeah, you can put it in wherever you want. Okay. So now this is the button. Just screw back in. Okay, so now we can connect this one. Just connect back together. And now let's teach about the trick to how to put this back in. So here I'll first align this one, slide it in. You can see we can slide it back into the white clip here. Okay. Slide it in, and this one is already out, but normally you can slide it in also. So let me try to align the hole. Okay, push it in. Here, you can slide it in. Just pull it out a little bit and slide it in. And the last one here. Okay, push it out, slide it in. So now the 4 things has been locked in. And then now I'll start from the back. There are 4 clips here, so I align them and I push it, and then 3 more here. Okay, so now this one is set. So now I can install the strut back here. Actually, you can install this back earlier when we finished the fishing. So it's all set. So right now we are doing the wiring of the electric strut. So there we have installed a lot of lift gate, and we come up with 3 methods that you can run the wire. We already covered how to use this tail light. You remove the tail light. There's a hole with the connector. You put it in a U shape and then go it in. Some people are concerned with water leakage. The best way to do the wiring is inside the bumper, but in this video we won't remove the bumper, but we will include a link here to teach you how to wire it through the bumper. If you are going to install the foot sensor anyway, and you are having an older build, that you need to remove the bumper, and that's the recommended way to run this 2 wire. But right now we are doing the easiest way. If you don't feel comfortable removing the bumper or removing the tail light, this is the easiest way to do it. Put it here and then run the wire through here. Easiest way, yeah. Not the best way, but easiest way. So make sure push back in, and here is one side. And on the other side, run it here. So if you are not handy enough, this is the best way to do it. Yeah, and everything looks easy. Okay, so we'll do the wiring later. Now we are going to the front part of the car and do the connection, including power. So now we are going to teach you how to do the power and the can connection. Here, remove this piece. It's easy. Just find your way here and pull it out. And then there's a little push pin here. You need to have like what I said, use a flathead screwdriver to pry this in, and then it will loosen. And then you can pull this from here, pull the whole thing out, and then we can put aside. And this car is a right-hand drive car, right side car. But if you have a LHD car, it's the same. You remove this piece, but this board is a little bit different. For the LHD, I think there's 2 push clip and 1 T20 screw. But for this one, we only have 3 push clip. So it's the same. So just remove this piece. We are now going to remove this piece now. So some of them are inside. I left something inside, so we just put it, and then you can just push this back out and then put it back in together. So the reason I need to remove this one is for the power. There are also 2 ways to connect it to power. One is to continue to run the wire to the front area to take the power from the battery. But a lot of people are concerning tapping the power into the battery. Our system is fine with the battery, but this is another way to do it here. You can see from here, there is a very thick red wire. above the white big connector. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a 10mm nut that you can loosen and then put the power inside. Let me show you after we have finished it. So this is where the thing is. You can see this very big white connector. You can pull it out. It is actually, you can pull it out. Yes, when you pull it out, and then you can see the nut behind it. Yeah. Some people think that this is the hardest way for the whole install, but actually it's not that difficult. If you think it's too difficult, you can wire to the battery. You need a short wrench. Yeah, a short one preferably, and then you can try to feel it. I have removed the big connector, the big white connector, and it's just right above the white big connector. So you can just feel the nuts and then put the wrench inside. Here. I normally don't wash it, I just feel it and then I will do the loosening. Okay, now I can loosen it. So now it's loosened, and then I can insert this in under the nuts for the power. So let me do it now. So this is one way to wire the power. Another way, if you think this is really too difficult, you can run the power wire to the front. Like I said, there's two ways to run it. Run it through here. So there's run it from here to here, and then all the way to front. Or there's a hole here that you can fish the wire to the front. So two ways to do it. Yeah, easy, not difficult, and yeah, so two way. But we won't talk too much about the front way. So now we can put everything back here. No, the top piece only. So remember to leave the white connector below, and then put this back in. If it has push pin, put back the push pin, and if you are left side car, screw back the T20 screws inside. And now we are doing to can connection. So the can connection we'll do with the poster tab. So take out the gray channel. Make sure the gray channel side is the needle side. So I can let you know. You see, the two sides different. One side is the needle is the gray side. So if you put it into the opposite direction, it will never tap into the wire. So this is the connector we are talking about, the one in the front one. So there are two, let me get the lights. There are two wires here. So this is the two wire that I'm talking about. You see the purple wire and the light blue wire. This two is the one we are going to tap. We will take a picture later. So also, there's one trick. Most of people, when they tap the can connection, they have a problem because they didn't align this properly. So when they screw it back in, they screw back in an angle, so the thread doesn't align and the needle cannot push it through. So make sure when you do the connection, the threads are aligned properly, so it will punch through the wire. So let me show you now. After we finish, we take a picture. So this one, this channel side, let me show you how to do it. In the connector, in the wire, in the connector, you slide the gray channel in, and then you screw it. So this is how you do the side over there. And in this side, you just insert the wire, loosen the cap here, and insert the wire all the way in, and then tighten it, and then pull it to make sure it doesn't loosen. So we'll show you later. So we are going to do the connection now. Okay, so a light is handy, and then I'm going to do the connection here. So there are two wires here. The purple wire is the can L, and the light blue wire is the can H. So now we slide it in, and then I'm going to get the cap. So be careful not to drop the connector. We don't provide extra in our kit. So make sure the threads align properly. Okay, good. So now you can slide it in and tighten it. And then here is the can H. We put in the gray channel here. And then pull. Okay, doesn't look good, so slide it in. Yeah, okay, now it looks good. So okay, now we are doing the red side. So I loosen it a little bit, and then for the wire we have a label for H and L. So this one is H, black, and red is the L. Sometimes it might have a different color code. I removed the L label, but it should be there in your kit. So let me put it in. This is the L. I push it in, push it all the way in. And then tighten it. Oh, not yet. So let me try to remove the whole cap. It's easier to do it this way. Sometimes I'm just lazy. So we can insert the wire in, and then we put it and then screw it. This time it should be secured. Oh, give a little pull. Okay, it looks good. And the same for the black side. The black wire, the H wire. Okay, this time it looks like it's good. No, not really. Oh, shit. Let's do the same way as the red wire. Remove the cap. Go through it until you see the copper, and then just insert, and then screw. Tighten it. Okay, so looks good. So now if you are afraid that the connection is not good, or you don't know if it is good and you want to check it, you can use a multimeter to check it. The voltage of the H should be around 2.7 volts, and the L size should be around 2.3 volts. So now we can connect the power. This wire, you can see there's a little metal plate here. We can insert it. So let's find back the thing. This is the way thing we just connect before. So remove this one, insert the other way. Yeah, make sure it's locked, and then we can plug back in. So the front area is done. So we will now do the wiring. We'll run the wire all the way back to the back. So this is how I run it. So use your preferred way. This is my preferred way. And then we can run the wire here all the way to the back. And then in the meantime, we can put this piece back in. And then put the push clip inside. And now we push this back in, slide this into here, and then push back. And then okay, the front part is done. And let's go to the rear door here. So move this big chunk of wire to the back area. Move the seat. Okay, so this part is done. So now we continue to run the wire. I prefer not to disassemble anything, but some people do. Some people remove this piece, but I don't. This is my way to do it. There's a sticker here. Yeah. So here I run the wire all the way here, and then here I pull this out, and then run the wire into this side. And this is just my way to do it. Some people want to run below the chair. It's also same. The seat I mean, like they run below the seat, and it's okay. So now I finished. Let me push this back, and then I run along here. So the reason I don't like to disassemble so many things, because the more thing you disassemble, the more thing will likely to break when you remove it. So this is my preferred way to do it. And then we'll go all the way along this line. Just tuck it in, tuck it in, tuck it in, tuck it in. There's only 2 wires that we need to run. Okay, so make sure it's okay, and then all the way in, and then pull this down and make sure it's here, and then I can run the wire from here. Yes. And then we can run to the back. So this side we finished, and then fold the back seat back up, and then we move to the back to the trunk. Okay, so we continue to run the wire to here. Oh, by the way, disconnect the light, and also we are selling the lights. So our lights is a lot brighter than the OEM one. If you're interested, you can purchase it from our site too. So remove the connector. We will not use this one again. We'll show you why. But here you run the wire up to here. By the way, you need to remove the pin here, push pin, the push clip here. So remove it, pry it, push it a little bit, and then we're out. 4 of them here and here. Okay, so now you can run the wire in this area, and we'll also show you how to do the foot sensor now. For newer build, yeah, for older build you need to remove the bumper, but for the newer build you don't need to. So see here, you can see the blue little plastic cap here. Remove it, and then you can fish this wire in. Not this one, this one. You can see this connector, just put it inside. Just push, yeah, and then it's done. And then we will teach you how to do the sensor installation. So this is only the way that you do if you have a newer build. Let me show you how to distinguish. So you look under the bumper. If you see this place, that congratulations, your foot sensor is super easy to install. If not, then you have a new older build that you need to remove the whole bumper. We will teach you in another video to how to remove the bumper. But in this video we have the newer car, so we'll teach you the newer way. So here, use a big flathead screwdriver or pry tool. Rotate this 90 degree and rotate this 90 degree, and then you can pull the plate out. And then with our foot sensor, remove the double-sided tape. And then normally we recommend to put it here, not too behind, a little bit in front. This is a spot that we recommend. So here, so it should be secure, but this surface is not flat. If you afraid that it's not secure enough, tape it over to make sure it stick in here. Okay, so the wire we fit before should be here. Let me try to find it. Yes, it's here. So we connect here, align here. You see there's a way to, there's a place to align it. Okay, align it, and then screw it, tighten it. Yeah, you need to tighten it. It's a waterproof connector. So after that you can put this back, slide it in, and then yes, now it's good. Push it and then lock it. Push it, lock it, done. So right now this is our old version of the foot sensor. We still have this kind of plug, but in the future they will have a connector, so you can plug right into here, so you don't need to take the ground, you don't need to connect the green one. And so we won't talk too much about it, but this actually, when you do the foot sensor, this one connect to the ground in here, and this one will connect to the big chunk of wire here. It's just a extension cable, but the idea is the yellow one, you cut it, just cut it, it's useless. And for the green one, for V2, we will tap it into this connector now, green to green, because we don't in this kit we don't have the connector yet, but you just tap it here into here. And the red one, you can tap it here too. Yeah, so this is the way to do it, but in the future you can just plug it in. Okay, so now let's do the foot sensor. Like I said, if you have a new version of the foot sensor, you don't need to do the tapping. But since we don't have it right now, we are still making the connector, so you can plug directly into it. We'll do the tapping trick. So, oops. This is the only two I got, so cannot loosen. So slide in the channel, needle side to the brake, tighten it, and then for the red one is for the power. So do it also like this. Oops, this side, not that side. Okay. Okay, good. So right now we are doing the ground connection. So in this case we are doing two, but in the future you only need to do one from this one. You can see this two, we put it back together, but in the future you only do this one. Probably when you're looking at this video, you only need to do this one. So we do it here. So insert into the nuts. We'll show you later after we finish it, but just loosen the screw or loosen it a little bit more. Okay, put it in and put the other in. Okay, so now tighten it. Okay, good. So basically almost everything is ready now. Before we continue, we'll put the latch motors first. So this is our latch motor. We use some kind of foam. You can cut it from the box. Just wrap it and then use the tape. Where's my tape? Over there. So to wrap it around so it doesn't rattle when we put it in the inside of the car. So wrap it around. You can add extra tape over, but yeah, let's try to do it. Okay. Now we put it inside here. There should be plenty of space. Just make sure you avoid all the cable there. Yes, okay. Now it's inside. So now it's time for us to do the connection. Good. This is our control box. So my preferred way is to put it beside the subwoofer. If you are having an SR press, there's a black plate you can stick it to. But this is the location that I put. Purple side facing backward. This is where I put it. But you can pick your own place. The reason I put it here is easier to do the software update. This is the SD card slot that you will do the software update if there's any. So it's easy when you have everything put. You can just push this lining a little bit and then you can push the card inside to do the software update. So it's easier access. Some people will put it here. It's fine also, but you just need to remove extra piece. So it's up to you. But this is our way to do it. And then we will connect some of the wires first. So they're color coded. So although it says left and right, but it doesn't actually matter which side I put. And this one is one side of the strut, and this one is from the latch motor. The gray connector is here. And now we'll put the power at last, but right now on the other side of the strut, the wire is not long enough, so we need to have an extension cord which we provided here. So let's take this out. So connect here is just for extension, because the wire is not enough to go to here. Okay, good. So the power, we leave it here first, we'll plug it later, and then here is the last step, and also the first sensor also later. So let's hide this wire here first. This is for the can. By the way, in our V2, even if you don't feel comfortable tapping into the can, just leave it. But you will sacrifice some safety feature, like when your trunk is open, your car will not give you a warning. If you tap in the can, we have the extra safety feature. So I would recommend to tap the can, but if you leave it open, it's fine also. So we put the wire here. So now we install this one. So let me teach you how to do this. So use some tape to align the thing. Remember the previous location. Yeah, I try to align the place, so after I remove it, I can still know where to put our new latch. So now let's unscrew this. So use a T45. Okay, now we put it here. So align this. Yeah. Don't need to be super precise, but roughly the same location is good. So, and then push it all the way up. Don't put it here, put it up, okay? So now tighten it. Let me tighten a little bit first, and then we'll align it. Okay. Okay. So now we will, let me see if we have enough length here. So this black plug into here. So you really need to plug in this one, or the trunk wouldn't work. And then let's see this one, if this is long enough. Hold on a second. Okay. So should be long enough, so we don't really need an extension cord. So cut this. As I said, the yellow wire is useless. So we'll connect the red one to the red. a lot easier to do this in an open area, wide area. When we did the front, it was too narrow. It's super difficult. Not super difficult, but it's more annoying. But here now you can see how easy it is. Push it in, tighten it, pull it. Okay, good. So now this one we can ignore it. Cut this. Oops. So now let's try to connect all the things. There's another set of wire. This two. Actually, this two is a one set. They link together. So try to link these two together first. Now this is for the light. So remember I told you remove the light connector from the existing light. So now plug it in here, and the other side plug it here. Okay, so later we'll run the wire here or use the cover to cover it so it won't hang around like this. And on the other hand here, this one to the buzzer, connect it. Ignore this one. If you want, you can cut it before you connect to the power. Cut this one, and this one connect to the back side. It's color coded too, so it's good. Now we have everything set. We can connect the power, but let me try to stick the buzzer. I'll stick it here. And now let's try to do the power. Where's my power? And the whole installation will be completed. Okay, good. We hear a beep sound, that means good. So now let's test the system once first before we tidy up the thing. So I do a kick. And do a kick again. So yeah, this is our V2. It's very silent when you open. So that's basically it, and you can use this to close it too. And basically the installation is completed. Okay. Good, so we now try to tidy up the thing a little bit. Put back the push clip here. Full clip here. This is useless. Push. So I can hide it here. And hide it under. Okay, good. So now, just put back the bottom piece here. Remember, align this full metal clip. If you misalign it, it will not go through. So when you do it, make sure it align. Yeah. So and then push it down. Push all the way down, and then redo the rubber lining here. After you fix the rubber, push it down again to make sure it's locked. Okay, after you finish this part, try to close it again and make sure it closes. So this is the last piece to put back. Just align The thing here, in Tesla, some of them have less and some of them have more, but it doesn't really matter. So align them and hide the cable above it. And then install the push clip back. Push it, okay. And the other side. Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's more difficult, but you will eventually be able to push it in. No. Okay, good. So after that, yeah, fix the rubber lining, then the whole installation will be completed. Okay, done. So tidy up the thing, clean up, and then it's all set. Thank you.